I can't help it, it's been a long day. So I know you're all here for the man. The man is going to be your voice. The man that is going to get you kicked out of the European Parliament. The man, Tommy Anderson!
Look at that. Yes, Wigan. Are we going to send them a message on the 23rd? They are not going to know what hit them. I can't wait. Do you know what? I'll start off again. Why are we here? Why are we in Wigan? Why are we in Norley Hall?
Get out to Brexit.
Why are we here? Why have we chosen the estates? I'm in a town that has been ruled by Labour for nearly 100 years. They take it for granted that you vote for them because your mum voted for them, or because your granddad voted for them. What are they doing for you? They have neglected 90%. Let me talk about the Labour Party. I'll start off. 90% of Labour's MPs are middle class. They've never even set foot inside estates like this. They don't breathe the same air as us. They do not care about us. What I can guarantee you, I'm one of you. I am one of you. I make mistakes like all of you. I'll make more. I've made a few. Is that the police drone up there? Has anyone got a carpole? Well, I can guarantee you one thing. We are building a movement. This is not just about the 23rd of May. If you vote for me on the 23rd of May, it's going to send them a shock that they can't handle. But it's not about just that date. What I want to do after that, I want to travel the working class estates of this country. I want to wake them up. I want to go into Labour's heartland, where people aren't voting or they're voting for them. And I want to give them an alternative voice. That alternative voice is based on truth, on honour, on our history, on who we are. Too many people are ashamed of who they are. I am a proud Englishman. I'm standing in a proud estate before proud people. I've seen your newspaper and I've seen politicians label the estates that I'm targeting as depressed areas. I'm not here to speak to depressed people. I'm here to speak to proud people who know who they are. And let me give you one guarantee. For 10 years I've been speaking out. I'm actually in court at the Old Bailey tomorrow. I was offered a deal. I was offered a deal where if I apologise, I get guaranteed the case is dropped. There is zero chance in me apologising. Zero chance. We live our lives, and there's one thing that politicians can't take from us. I know I'm standing to be a politician. The reason why you should vote for me is because I'm not. I am not one of them, okay? I look at them, I look at their lies, I look at the way they disrespect us, they talk about us, and I hate them. I have never ever voted in an election. I've never voted for anyone, because I've never seen anyone to vote for. If you watch what the media done and the establishment done in the Donald Trump election, the people stood with him. He won. If you look at the other elections, if you look at the Liga in Italy, the Italian government was a left-wing controlled government. The Liga went from 4% to 24% in 4 years. It shocked the European Union. The most beautiful flag in the world. The most beautiful sight in the world. Abby, you wish, bro. But what I'm asking you to do, I'm asking you to help us make history. We all have a choice on the 23rd of May. And on that one day, and one day only, every single one of us are equal. The rich, the poor. It doesn't matter who you are or what background you have. It doesn't matter the size of your bank balance or what school you went to. Our vote is the same as their vote. Trust me, this is us versus them. And if you want to send them that message, you have the opportunity on the 23rd of May, and the whole world will hear your voice. I also guarantee. Do you see, not my voice is. You see, I like to say if I win, but I want to say, looking at the crowd, when I win. When I win. When I win, I'm not going to have some posh politician's party. I'm going to have a party in the park that everyone's invited to in one of the toughest council estates of the Northwest. I guarantee that 100% of the money given to me, there's plenty, all of you are working men and women, yeah? Do you know how much tax? Do you know how much tax you pay? If I win this election, I get £96,000 a year at 12% tax. How do they get 12% tax? We all have to pay 20% tax, and then it goes up to 40% tax. How can they give themselves the lowest tax break? Who got the biggest earnings last year? MPs, traitors in Parliament. I'm guaranteeing you, I'll do it for free. I don't want the money, I want the money to go to victims of sexual exploitation. And I don't know how many of you read in the newspaper, but some women's charities have come out and said, we don't want your money, Tommy. Oh, the money's not for you, girls. The money's not for you, it's for the victims. So you're turning away charitable money, and I didn't even say I was giving the money to any of these charities. That is the politicisation of the charities. Not me doing it, it's you doing it. Do you know what else I get? I get excited, yeah? Because I know I've watched the change over 10 years. I've gone from getting punched in the nose to embraced, hugged and kissed. That's what's happened. And the odd milkshake here or there. But they're lies. They've told all of you people here today, they've told you I'm an extremist. They've told you I'm a fascist. They've lied to everyone, and look at your estate that's turned out tonight. We are fed up. I get wound up. Yeah? Not about what they say about me, but when they target me and they label me, they're labelling you. 2 seconds. They're labelling, and you know, a vote. What happened? I have watched when they put me in prison, which I'm in court for tomorrow. I watched and felt satisfaction as a movement grew. That movement that's grown over the last couple of years is expanded across the country. It's not a movement about me. It's not about me as an individual. It's about every one of you who are feeling oppressed. Every one of you who are seeing censorship. Every one of you who feel betrayed. The ultimate betrayal. We've gone from the betrayal of our daughters in towns and cities across our country. The betrayal of free speech. And finally with Brexit, the betrayal of democracy. Why do they betray us? Because they don't fear us. You see this government and even this council here, completely controlled by Labour. The only time they will really take a shock at how you're feeling is when we take their seats. And if I walk in, you can see them all laughing at the minute, saying he doesn't have a chance. No independent has ever won a seat at the European elections. We are going to smash that on the 23rd of May. And it's so encouraging to see how many families come out as well. Because what I say again, I keep saying it to my wife, she doesn't get it yet. Whenever I got sat down 1 week ago and I got told that they're going to make an attempt on my life during this election campaign. And not here they won't, I know. That's why I'm here. That's why I've come here. I ain't got a chance. And we should be silenced, or I should stop talking. And I've had my wife is someone who's not politically motivated. She doesn't care about politics, she cares about the kids. What I explained to her is I've got 3 beautiful young children, 3 beautiful children. This is not about my children. You know, the time for us being selfish, the time for us caring about our own mortgage, the time for us sitting in worrying about our own job is gone. You look at our country and you look at what our forefathers gave. They run into beaches, they pretended they were adults. They lied about their ages to go and fight for this country. Right now, we have an opportunity. I'm not asking you to fight on the beaches, I'm asking you to tick a box. And if you tick that box, it will send them exactly the same message that we need. It's not about my children. It's about every one of these beautiful kids who right now, can anyone say our country's going in the right direction? Can anyone say it's getting better? When you look around what's happening to our nation, is it getting better? Are we getting more freedom? Our freedoms are disappearing. Everything our forefathers fought for are disappearing. And what I want people to know is that a vote for Tommy Robinson is not a vote. It's not a vote for me. It's a vote for every single one of you.
Tommy Robinson! Tommy Robinson!
I know why I'm here. There was a young boy called Cameron Chadwick who sadly passed away a few years ago. I believe his family have been fighting the council for a memorial in this estate in his name. So anyone from the council watching, pull your finger out and get him a memorial. And everywhere I go, the local MPs, everywhere we go, everywhere I go, the local MPs or the local media say I'm not welcome.
You over here, mate?
Hello? And again, I don't want the 23rd of May to be a protest vote. I genuinely believe this country is primed and ready for a political revolution. From our estates, from these estates. It's these estates, not the middle class areas, not the leafy suburbs. It's these estates that need to tell the council, tell the government, tell the establishment, tell the media, tell the world how you're feeling. You have that chance. Let me be your weapon on the 23rd.
You hold that now. Film that. Hold it.
I want to let every one of you know how grateful I am that you've come out. All of you are aware that I've been removed off all social media. This election is no longer a fair election. Our Twitter accounts have been closed, Facebook's been closed. Every opportunity we get to speak to the public is gone. This is why as a movement, every single one of you have got a role to play.
I can. No, they've gone. Not me.
Every single one of you have got a role to play. I'll ask that you take this message. The only way we will do it, you see, everywhere you go, everyone you're talking. Let's get motion going for the 23rd. Everyone talking about the 23rd. Everyone ready for the 23rd. Go to the schools. Go to your paper shop. When you go to the park, in the playground, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Let them build up this date as a date we get to say. There's children here. A date we get to let all of them know how we're feeling. I was going to say so. And for me, that's the reason why we're going to win. We're going to win, and it's going to show them all. But that's the reason why I keep talking about a movement. Most people think, what difference does my vote make? What difference do I make? You see if we can build. And I'll explain the situation of a group. There's a group operating in Greater Manchester called MEND, okay? They work with the councils and the government. They are radical extremists. Why would the council and government work with them? Because they swing the seats of 14 elections. If we built organisations like this in every single estate in this country, then we'd have the will, we'd have the power, and every one of us need to understand our power. As I said, 75% of our country are from backgrounds like ours. 96% of the politicians in Parliament are middle class. Their children are in private schools. It's about time we teach them a lesson. And for any of you who didn't know, my real name's Stephen, you actually let him. To everyone who's turned out, I want to say a special thank you. Anyone who's come to see and wants to get a photo, I'll stay until every single one of you got one. I want to say a thank you to everyone who's coming out. But please, please know your importance, not my importance, your importance in what we're about to do. Every one of you is important, and you're going to do it. I say, do you know how much weight I put on? Do you know how much weight I put on this car?
You should have got a pie though, near pie.
In a bun or something? In a bun? The wigan kebab. But understanding as well, I know how many of you, I spoke to a gentleman here who had a business, so I want every one of you to know, I know what you go through to show any support, even online. I know the social consequences, I know the worry about your jobs, about your work, even being photographed at these sort of rallies. That is the way they have our society, so everyone's scared. We break that barrier. We break that barrier on the 23rd of May. We show people no one's scared anymore. People aren't scared. They're voting. I'm scared of you. So again, one more thing. What can I guarantee you? What can I guarantee you? I guarantee you, I do care. I love our country, I love our communities. Every single one of you standing in front of me today, you are my people. I want to be your voice. Again, when I looked at the northwest of England, the northwest of England has 13 of the 15 most deprived estates in the country. You're leading at your MEP options, the Labour Party, Joe and Foreign Aid. They spent £260 million on roads in Pakistan. Your money, yeah? Your money. They spent £700 million on roads in Africa. Your money. The EU want to spend 25%, they call it their budget. It's not their budget, it's our budget. It's our money on climate change. 25% of climate change. How many people on this estate feel affected by climate change? How many? What? We know what's affecting us. We know what's affecting us, but how much are India paying? How much are China paying? Nothing. They're going to tax the hell out of us to fund the world's problems. But what I say, the other option you have, when you're voting for MEP, the Labour Party, all three of their MEPs have called for a second referendum. All three of them will betray Brexit. Even Nigel Farage's Brexit Party, okay? Are you aware? Are you aware of who he has standing in the Northwest? Her name's Claire Fox. She's a communist. She supported the IRA's bombings in Warrington. She refuses to apologise after 2 children were murdered. The difference between Brexit Party getting 15 MEPs or 16? Nothing really. The difference between the Brexit Party getting 15 and Tommy Robinson? You're going to see. Today, Nigel Farage has sacked the head of his electoral communications because they supported me. The lady who set up the Brexit Party had to resign because she supported me. Nigel Farage, what is it you said? People who support me are tattooed, bald-headed thugs. It seems like your own party's full of tattooed, bald-headed thugs. The Brexit, unfortunately. There he is, there he is. There's the tattooed, bald-headed thug. The message, the Brexit Party under Nigel Farage is more of the same political correctness. He deserves respect for fighting for his life against the European Union. Will he talk about the problems that affect you? Has he ever been to an estate like this? No. Will he ever go to an estate like this? Never. I ask you again, on the 23rd of May, help me rock the establishment. That's not going on Facebook now. I'll have to you to put it on Facebook, yeah? Yeah, put it in Facebook jail with me. But if you want to send them a message, go on, lads. Go on, son. We got the estate out tonight, didn't we? Again, there's been no trouble. Why? There's no There's beautiful people in a beautiful estate. You are, don't let them pretend to you you're part of a fringe movement. All of us are part of the mainstream. This is the backbone of Britain right here. And thank you again, anyone. I'd like to meet and greet and shake hands with every single one of you. So I'll be down here. I'll be the little one you can't see. Oh, yeah, sorry.